Welcome to the Year 2 Parent Information Meeting with me, Mr. Wood. In our classroom, I am the main teacher and Mrs. Jones is our teaching assistant each day of the week. On a Thursday afternoon, Mrs. Hankin is in class working with the children. We also have Mrs. Watson, the music teacher, supporting us on a Tuesday. Mrs. Whitaker spends some time in class on a Thursday afternoon. Miss Marsden supports children as and when needed and works with some children one-to-one from our class. And Miss Park also supports children across school, some of which are in our class. Communication with school. Most of our communication takes place on parent mail. If you need any further information, you can find that on the school website, which is shown here. Our school telephone number, which can be found on the website, is 01772 433 641. We use dojos across school, and if you need to give us any information in a more informal way, I will be available on Class Dojo to respond to any immediate queries that can be dealt with by me, rather than going through the school office. We have an open door policy in school, which means that if you need to speak to us, please do come and see us before going to see someone else around school, as we will do our best to try and solve any queries or problems you might have. Obviously, if we're unable to do that, we'll go and find a person who is able to do that. If there are any changes to details of parents or guardians, please make sure you keep us up to date with these, as we require 2 contacts in school in case of emergencies. For the forthcoming academic year, we are running a staggered start, a bit like this year, but the window for starting is slightly shorter. So please make sure that your child is prompt to school between 8:45 and 8:50 a.m. Our classroom door is pictured here, so I will be waiting outside that door as children arrive, where they will come into class, put their things away, and there will be a task for them to do each day. Home time is at 3:20 p.m. Children will be let out from this store, where you'll be able to collect them from. School uniform is remaining the same this year, with black trousers or a skirt being worn, a white t-shirt or polo shirt, a navy sweatshirt, sensible shoes, a black pinafore dress or a blue and white check dress. Please let us know about trainers on non-PE days if they are required for any medical reasons or other reasons. And if you need to purchase a school uniform, that can be done through Stitch Design, which is our school uniform provider, which if you search on Google Stitch Design, it comes up as the first link. In Year 2, our PE days are on Thursday and Friday, so please can you ensure that your child is in PE kit on those days. It would be most helpful also if children were not wearing earrings or jewellery, which they're not supposed to wear on these days, especially as it makes it trickier for us to do these activities safely and organise making sure that they are safe when doing those activities. For PE, please make sure that your child has black joggers or tracksuit bottoms and a white t-shirt. They should also wear their school jumper or a navy sweatshirt. Please don't send them in hoodies or fashion tracksuit tops, please, as this is the uniform that we are following. Plain trainers should be worn, and dark shorts can also be worn on hot days. As we have our lockers in class, the lockers have limited space in them, so please don't send your child with a sizable backpack. They will only need their reading bag in school if they are a school dinner. If they're a packed lunch, they'll obviously need their lunchbox as well in school. Medical details. Please keep us up to date with any changes or developments to medical details. If you could do that through the school office rather than on Class Dojo, that would be most helpful. Inhalers are accessible to the children in class, and the children will be informed of where these are kept, and adults who work in school will also be aware of this, but it is parents' responsibility to check the expiration dates of these. Medical forms are available from the office if your child does need medication or they have been given something like an inhaler, so please make sure you fill those in. And please do not send children with cough sweets in book bags or pockets. This is for safety reasons, so please make sure that does not happen. Punctuality and attendance at school is very important, so please ensure that your child is at school for the drop-off times of 8:45 to 8:50. Lessons will begin at 9 a.m. and it's very helpful if all the children are settled with all their items away before that first lesson starts. If your child is not going to be in school, please ensure that you phone before 9:30 in the morning. Please do not message on Class Dojo as they may not be collected depending on who is in class and for other reasons. Obviously, we are teaching from 9 a.m. and it may be difficult for us to check Class Dojo. With regards to holidays, Mrs. Galdard is unable to give any authorised absence. She's unable to give any authorised absence for holidays during school term time, so please ensure that you book your holidays during the planned school holidays only. These can be found on the school website for the forthcoming academic year. Persistent absentees, this is children who may be out of school for prolonged periods or repeatedly. If this becomes an issue, the attendance officer will become involved at some point. Punctuality. Every minute is important in the school day, which is why the emphasis on being here during the drop-off time of 8:45 to 8:50 is very important. Home time, once again, is at 3:20 p.m. In Year 2, reading works in this way. We will be sending home 2 banded reading books per week, and this is aimed at developing each child's reading skills. These will be the correct level of challenge for the child, but if you are finding your child is struggling or finding things too easy, we're happy to check and make sure that we are sending home the correct banded book. Children will also have a bookmark matched to their book band. Reading records, which will come home in book bags, are for parents to sign to let us know that you've heard your child reading. Please do this as often as possible. Children who are good readers tend to find it easier in class to succeed with all of the writing that is on display and be able to use it across all the different subjects. You don't need to do a big comment in the reading diaries. You can just sign that your child has read. However, if you'd like to leave a comment, you're allowed to do that as well, and we'll happily read them when we do our reading diary checks. For more information about reading, please go and watch the reading videos on our Lancaster Lane YouTube channel. These are presented by Mrs. Hankin. And we have also introduced birthday books. So a list will be shared on Class Dojo early in September, which will be a range of books that Mrs. Pullman suggested for the Year 2 last year, and also some that I think will be worthwhile for our class this year. Phonics and spelling. In Year 2, we will be using the Red Rose Phonics scheme as our phonics scheme. Mrs. Hankin has given more information on that Lancaster YouTube channel, which can be found within the reading videos. There is also some extra information about phonics specifically in a different video on the same channel. As part of our reading and phonics, we'll be sending home tricky word lists which are matched to the phonics stage that they are working on at the time. If possible, please help your child to rehearse these as often as you can, and your child should be able to tell you what we are asking them to do in school and help to structure your support with them. At the start and end of each half term, children will also be assessed on their ability to spell a word list, which will be the focus of learning in class. They will be assessed at the start of a half term, and then after several weeks of learning of those words on the list, will be reassessed at the end of each half term. Expectations and transition. We will pitch the work appropriately to challenge groups and individuals in class across the range of all subjects studied. There will be some intervention for those who need additional support. That could be in groups or one-to-one, depending on what is required. A transition meeting has already taken place between Mr. Klukas and myself regarding my new Year 2 children, so I've got to know them better. Also, with our move-up day, I learned a lot about the children in my new class and really look forward to teaching them. We are applying the mastery approach to learning across the range of subjects, but this is particularly evident in maths, and we'll continue to strive to master the skills that we need to be ready for the juniors. Regarding the Year 2 curriculum, an overview of our topics can be found on the class web page. That's the Year 2 website, as you can see on the picture here. Other useful information about Year 2 can also be found on that page. This is the provisional curriculum map for Year 2 for this forthcoming academic year. Our first topic, all aboard, relates to our history and geography study of transport. In Autumn 2, we focus on Jolly Postman as our learning revolves around letter writing. In Spring 1, our topic of London's burning is related to our history topic of the Great Fire of London. In Spring 2, as it's Chinese New Year during this half term, we focus on a topic called Passport to China. In Summer 1, plants in our science unit is our focus for learning, so we have a Ready, Steady, Grow topic. And finally, in Summer 2, we study our local area in geography, and that is the focus for our learning there. Extracurricular clubs. At Lancaster Lane, we strive to provide a wide range of clubs and activities after school. Details of these will be available on the school website and will be sent out on parent mail when they are organised by Mr. Johnson. Please ensure that you fill in the letter of consent for after school clubs on parent mail, as it helps us to know where children need to be and where they should be each day. Any unavoidable cancellations will be sent out via parent mail. We do expect regular attendance from those children who are signed up for these clubs, as sometimes they are limited to numbers, and we want to provide the best opportunities for the greatest number of children in our school. If your child is unable to attend on any day for any reason, please message school. This may be possible to do on Class Dojo, but if you could let the school office know, then the message will always get to us through the school office. So that is the best way to contact us about any attendance that can't occur. If you require Stoppers and Breakfast Club, these are both run by Mrs. Tickle. Breakfast Club opens at 7:45 a.m. until school begins at 8:45 a.m. That is £3.50 per session. Stoppers, which is our after school club, starts immediately at 3:20 p.m. and that closes at 5:45 p.m. The cost of that is £8.20 per session. You can book online through the school website. Our timetable in Year 2 looks a bit like this for the week. There are daily maths and English lessons. Phonics and spelling sessions take place each day also, as well as guided reading. There is a weekly science lesson. We do PE twice a week, both of which are with Mr. Johnson. There is a weekly PSHE session. We use My Happy Mind as a well-being focus for our children across school. Each day the children will enjoy story times. Computing is taught in the half terms in which it fits most appropriately for our classes, and there are also assemblies for children to enjoy and share their achievements each week. There is a parental code of conduct for parents at Lancaster Lane School, which can be found in the parents section of the school website. Please come and talk to us though if you have any problems, as we will do our best to try and help and support anyone in the school community. And please try to ensure that your use of social media is appropriate, and this is relating to school matters. So if you have something that you wish to speak to someone about in school, please make sure you come and see us first, and we'll do our best to try and help. For full details, please go and view the Parental Code of Conduct on the school website. As we are a healthy school, we ask that you send your children with clear water only for class times and at lunch times. They also should bring only fruit or vegetables for a snack at morning break time. Obviously, in Key Stage 1, there is fruit provided in the afternoon session as well. And that is all the information you need about Year 2 at this present time. If you need to contact Mr. Wood for any reason, please do that via Class Dojo. And I hope that we have a wonderful year in Year 2. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Goodbye.